Ég heiti Lilja Oddsdóttir og Gitti mun hefja fræðsluna bara eftir stutta stund. Til hamingju með að vera komin til okkar á hana fyrirlestur. Það eru áhugaverðar 75 mínútur sirka framundan. Endilega náðu þér í blað og penna til að hafa hjá þér meðan Gitti talar. Í lok fræðslunar með Gitti þá muntu hafa öðlast þekkingu á því hvernig þú getur orðið meistari í eigin heilsu. Áður en ég skipti yfir á Gitti, það var bara svona smá upplýsingar. Ef þú hefur ekki kynnst henni áður, þá langar mig til að segja þér pínlítið hver hún er. Gitti, hún er dönsk. Hún byrjaði í vísindageiranum og lærði jarðeðlisfræði og jarðfræði og þaðan kom áhugi hennar á Íslandi. Hún er með rökhugsunina í lagi. Hún er einstaklega skörp manneskja. En hún er líka með mjög mikla þekkingu á svona heildrænni heilsu og persónulegum þroska. Það er hennar sérsvið. Gitti er einfaldlega færasta manneskjan til að segja þér allt hinar ýmsu hliðar á andlegri, líkamlegri og tilfinningaheilsu. Og í dag mun hún segja þér hvað þarf til að verða meistari í eigin heilsu. Hún talar frá hjartanu með visku og húmor á vopni. Þetta verður skemmtilegt. Ég er orðin mjög spennt. Ég veit að þú munt læra mikið og hafa gaman af. Hjálpaðu mér bara að taka vel á móti henni. Gitti Lassen.
Hey, thank you, Lilia, for this kind introduction. And then let's go right over to the slides right away.
So welcome to this webinar on how to become the master of your own health, where you'll be introduced to the 3 secrets that all amazingly healthy people know. I'm Gitte Lassen. Thank you for joining me. You've made a very wise decision to be here. I promise it will be well worth your time and energy. So, are you as excited to get going as I am? Let's do it. One of my favorite sayings and secrets to my success is that massive action trumps planning every single time. So I want you to give yourself a thumbs up or a pat on the back for not only registering for this webinar, but for taking action to show up. Because this webinar could very well be the most important time you spend on your health all year. By the end of our time together, you'll know the 3 secrets that allow some people to be in amazing health at any age. But more importantly, maybe, I'll show you how to become one of those people. And I'll give you great tips to apply right away. So I'm going to count these 3 secrets down from 3 to 1. So you'll want to listen all the way to the end. Because the last secret is maybe the one that will make the biggest difference. So one more piece before we get into the thick of things. If you want to learn faster and remember more, you need to be actively, committedly engaged in your learning. This means turn off all distractions right now. Don't multitask or surf the net while listening. Commit fully to listening, watching and learning, and do so right to the very end. So can you see how committed focus right to the end is what is necessary to master your health? It is necessary here as well. Focused effort is what will help you make a difference in your health and giving you a radiant life to radiant health. So don't quit partway, or you won't get the knowledge you need to become the master of your health. I promise the information you're about to receive may make a significant difference in the mastery of your health immediately. So I'm not going to blab on and on about myself here, but it is in your best interest to hear why you can trust me and follow my recommendations. In the early part of my life, I had awesome health. I had a couple of colds and flus and the regular childhood illnesses, but other than that, I was in super health. My body was strong and I could eat anything I wanted with no repercussions. It didn't last though. After the birth of my son, I lost my health. In fact, I lost it so bad that I had to go on welfare for several years. My doctor at that time told me that there was nothing Western medicine could do for me, and I will always respect and honor her for being so honest. Then I met Lilia, who had an education in naturopathy, and she created an integrated program of natural medicine that allowed me to get my health back. So when I started the program, all my movements were in slow motion because I was suffering from a severe and chronic Epstein-Barr virus infection, which is also known as chronic fatigue syndrome. So 2 months later, after I started this program, I was moving at normal speed like everyone else. And this was a very, very drastic difference and really showed me the power of natural medicine. So a few years later, in 2007, Lilia and I teamed up to create Helsemesterskolen, combining her expertise in natural medicine with my expertise in personal growth and transformation to create a truly unique body-mind school of health mastery, which has been going strong since and is now opening in Norway. We teach our students to become masters of their own health, and then to go out and teach others to also become masters of their own health. So, are you ready to experience the same kind of results I did? Well, enough about me. Let's go into how to become the master of your own health. As I said, there are 3 things super healthy people know that allow them to enjoy amazing health through all their lives. Secret number 3 is that your health is not sailing on a river in Egypt. And what in the world could I possibly mean by that? So I'm referring to the saying that denial is a river in Egypt. I play on the word denial and how similar it is to the Nile. Think about this. If you change the daydream, what do you get? Another daydream. If you change the fantasy, what do you get? Another fantasy. And if you change an assumption, what do you get? Another assumption. The truth is, if you want another reality, you have to change the facts of your current reality. In other words, if you want another life, you have to change the facts of your current life. The same goes for your health. The only way you'll ever become the master of your own health is by facing the truth of your current life as how it impacts your health. To become a master of your own health, you must learn to separate fact from fiction. Fiction, as in how it relates to our health, takes many forms. Wishful thinking is when you wish so hard for a different reality that you disconnect from the one you have and live in a fantasy world. While often much nicer, if you persist, your real life is going to slap your butt one day. And I can promise you, it won't feel very nice. Another form of denial is minimization. We are often advised to not make things more of a problem than they are while worrying about something, or as the saying goes, to not make mountains out of molehills. Minimization is the opposite, making something less serious and important than it really is. So for example, kind of knowing that drinking 10 cups of coffee a day is not that bad for you, is bad for you, but believing you're kind of doing fine, while at the same time you have more and more sick days every year, and it's getting harder and harder to get out of bed every morning because you have less and less energy and you have more and more digestive problems. Ignorance is bliss, they say. This might be true, but it certainly comes with a very high price, sometimes a fatal price when it has to do with health. So what in your lifestyle creates your state of health? Choosing to not know how your lifestyle, your eating choices, your stress levels affect your health might be temporarily blissful, but it's gonna hit you so hard later on. For example, choosing to be unaware that smoking, what effect smoking a pack of cigarettes has on your long-term health, or drinking 2 liters cola every day, or being in unhealthy or even abusive relationships. Those all have effects, strong effects on your health. So delusion is when people believe something in spite of all evidence to the contrary. Like when people believe natural medicine doesn't work, even though millions of people every day prove it does. And science proves it does. Or when people keep believing that what you eat has nothing to do with how healthy you are, in spite of the fact that research and millions of people prove it every day. So I'm sure you can imagine how detrimental any kind of denial is to becoming the master of your own health. So to help the students of our school see their life as it relates to health, with crystal clarity, we do several things. First, we take a really detailed case history that covers 12 pages full of questions. We ask not only for the big symptoms, but also things like vaccinations, x-rays, addictions, traumas, emotional and physical traumas, daily food habits, sleeping habits, relationship health, work satisfaction, low self-esteem, and much more. There is a lot of power in writing things down, seeing your life black and white. Many students have reported to us that just the act of answering these questions have brought them out of denial and into crystal clarity of their health, and have been motivated right away to make positive changes. So speaking of which, let me ask you these questions, and I'll give you some time to answer them. How much sleep do you get every night? Sort of on an average. How much water do you drink on a daily basis? How big a percentage of uncooked fruits and vegetables does your regular diet contain? How much do you exercise? How much stress do you have in your life? Maybe on a scale from 0 to 10, where 0 is no stress and 10 is that you're about to have a heart attack from stress. How do you like your job? Maybe again, give a number between 0 and 10, where 0 is you absolutely hate it, and 10, you absolutely love it. And how good are your primary relationships? To your spouse, your husband or wife, your partner, your children, your parents, your siblings, your colleagues, closest friends? Then you can give them numbers 0 to 10. 0, it's awful, you wish you didn't have to interact with that person. And 10 is you are perfect harmony together. And what traumas, physical or emotional, have you experienced in your life? So I hope you gained a bit of clarity on your own life and your own lifestyle, but just answering these simple questions. So in the school, we also take each new student for a 1-hour interview to get an even clearer picture of who they are and what their life is like. During the interview, we help them see their lives in even greater clarity. And the last thing, but not the least thing we do, is an eye analysis. The eye is not only a mirror of the soul, but also a mirror of the body. Every person on the planet has a unique iris and a unique sclera, which is the white of the eye, just like every person has a unique fingerprint. So the art and science of eye analysis has been around for a very long time, thousands of years, with evidence from ancient Egypt and China. In recent years, it's been further developed primarily by medical doctors and is now becoming mainstream in many countries, including Germany, but not in Iceland. While still being viewed with skepticism by many, we, like more and more people around the world, find that it gives a great amount of clear information on what's going on inside the body where we can't see. So let me here emphasize that eye analysis is what can be called functional medicine. It is not used to diagnose diseases per se, but is considered having great accuracy in showing developing trends toward different illnesses. Research has shown it to have an accuracy rate of up to 80%, compared to studies indicating regular medical doctors having only 20 to 30% accuracy rate, according to some numbers I found. Or not found, but heard. So eye analysis, or eyeology as it's often called, helps figuring out the root causes of health problems. So what's even better is that even in people who are not suffering from any health problems or symptoms, eyeology can point out potential and developing problems before they grow big enough to become symptoms. And another great additional benefit from using the eyes is that we can see the causes of the symptoms and how different weaknesses are related. So eye analysis is therefore one of the very best tools for getting information on what's happening inside your body. So in eye analysis, we look at both the iris and the sclera. Again, the sclera is the white of the eyes, each telling a different part of the story. And then we look at the colors, the fiber patterns of the iris, and the veins of the sclera. Together, they tell us what's happening health-wise inside your body. So the photo you see here is an example of an iris and a sclera analysis by our expert teachers, Leonard and Anita Melmauer, who are both internationally recognized eyeologists. So knowing what's happening inside your body empowers you, maybe more than anything else, to take charge of your own health. Because, as I like to say, you can't fix a problem until you know what problem you have. And if you are interested in your own eye analysis, we invite you to either join our school and learn all about it, or visit one of our graduates. So after the detailed health history, the interview, and the eye analysis, the students of our school have learned a great deal about the facts of their body-mind health, and they are ready to do something about it. So let's take a secret number 2. Harry Potter is just a story. Yes, I know that you know that, but there's a reason why I'm saying this. Magic doesn't happen in real life with instant healing, no matter the promises the pharmaceutical marketing machine makes. I think maybe now is a good time to take a close look at what health really is. So the World Health Organization published this in 1986. Health should be a resource for everyday life, not the objective of living, or not the purpose of living. The sad truth, though, is that once you have lost your health, it very easily becomes your objective for living, with all the things you have to do to keep symptoms suppressed, take the treatment you need, and all the things you can't do because your health won't allow it. So when we talk about you becoming the master of your own health, we talk about health being a resource of your life. We talk about how having radiant health opens the door for you to have a radiant life. We want to empower you so that you never have to lose out on the best life ever because of health problems. So I'd like you to take a look at the difference between curing and healing. Curing is what Western medicine is after. Healing is what being the master of your health is about. So curing, is a passive. You go to the doctor and he or she sits there and tells you what's going to happen and what you're going to do. When it comes to healing, you have to be actively involved and have to come up with your own ideas and make your own commitments to what actions. Maybe do your own research. The curing is technocratic, meaning it relies heavily on machinery to figure out what's going on and determine treatments. When it comes to healing, on the other hand, it's first and foremost person-focused, because machines are just machines and don't necessarily tell the whole story. So we always deal with the person. And we talk about the whole person in whole life context. It's not just the symptoms, but your whole life. In curing, the responsibility is in your doctor's hand for your health. It's like you go into a doctor, say I'm sick, and then he or she takes over complete responsibility for your health. That's not how it works when you really want healing, where the responsibility is in your hand and nobody can heal you but you. We can help you, but you're the one who has to do it. So the curing is often mostly focused on eliminating symptoms. In healing, we focus on eliminating the causes of the symptoms. Curing is an outside-in approach. Again, you go to the doctor and sort of hand out all the power and responsibility to the doctor and everything that happens outside in. Healing, on the other hand, is inside out. It has to come from inside of you, based on your truth about who you want to be and how you want your life to be. But maybe one of the biggest differences is that when it talks about curing, your lifestyle stays the same, but when it comes to healing, your lifestyle changes, and there's always personal growth involved. So have you ever heard that many people who survive cancer say that the cancer is the best thing that ever happened to them? Well, this is exactly why, because in the process of taking responsibility for healing the cancer, they experience tremendous personal growth. And that is worth more than anything else almost. So health comes out of a healthy inner environment. Just like nature needs a healthy ecology or healthy ecosystem for every plant and animal to thrive, so do we human beings need our inner ecology to be in harmonious balance for us to thrive and experience radiant health. The sad part, though, is that most people use their body as a trash can in terms of what they put in it and how much respect they show it. If you want to become the master of your own health, you will have to treat your body different than that, with great respect and great care in what you put in it. After all, your body is the house you live in, but unlike a real house, you can't move to another when it starts breaking down. And really, how you treat your body today determines the health of your future years. So really, it's a question of how you want to live your life from today till the day you die. How do you want to live it? So I said earlier that there is no magic pill that will instantly restore you to radiant health. Nobody can wave their magic wand and make everything better with an abracadabra. However, that doesn't mean there's nothing magical about your body and healing at all. In fact, I think our body is truly magical. Not only in how babies are created, of course, but just in something simple like healing a cold. In natural medicine, we understand that your body is self-organizing, ordered, and intelligent. And this is a very interesting statement, isn't it? And would you like to know what it means? So, take for example the common herb ginger. It is good for a variety of health problems, supportive of digestion, relieving inflammation, good for the respiratory system, eases a sore throat, and more. In many ways, ginger is a wonder herb. So say you take ginger because you have a runny nose. For example, by drinking a cup of ginger tea every day, several times a day. Or you have a bad cough and make a ginger poultice to put on your chest. Well, how does the body know how to use the ginger? How does it know to send the ginger thingies to your sinuses, to your lungs? The fact that the body knows where to send the things it's given, I think that that's true magic. And also that the body knows how to use the things it's given. You know, I can't come up with anything more magical than that. So this is a real secret that amazingly healthy people know. They trust their body to do right by them if they do right by their body. So there's a saying in natural medicine, there are no incurable diseases, only incurable people. Well, I can't verify this as the absolute truth, but I do know that people are capable of miracles when it comes to healing themselves. There are so many stories of people having healed from fatal illnesses. All it takes is a little Googling around and you'll find them. And even in our school, we have seen miracles of healing when our students have applied what they learned to themselves. So people who have researched this kind of healing find that a common denominator is that these people took responsibility for their own health and chose to become the masters of their own health. They did not leave it to other people, only used other people as consultants or for specific jobs. So these people all became highly knowledgeable about their particular health problems, different ways of treating it, and made the choices that were best for them. And this brings us right into secret number 1, the biggest secret, which is really no secret at all. Beatles, 10,000 Hours. So what I'm referring to is the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. He says that it takes roughly 10,000 hours of practice to achieve mastery in any given field, and he goes on to prove it. So how did he arrive at this conclusion? Gladwell studied the lives of extremely successful people to find out how they achieved success. And what does that have to do with Beatles? Well, Beatles is one of his research subjects, and here's a summary of what he says about Beatles. In 1960, while they were still an unknown high school rock band, the Beatles went to Hamburg, Germany to play in the local clubs. The group was underpaid. The acoustics were terrible. The audiences were unappreciative. So what did the Beatles get out of the Hamburg experience? Hours of playing time. Non-stop hours of playing time that forced them to get better. As the Beatles grew in skill, audiences demanded more performances, more playing time. By 1962, they were playing 8 hours per night, 7 nights per week. By 1964, the year they burst on the international scene, the Beatles had played over 1,200 concerts together. And by way of comparison, most bands today don't play 1,200 times in their entire career. So what the 10,000 hours concept boils down to is applied education. And this really shouldn't come as any surprise at all. After all, that's why universities has been around for more than 1,000 years. And that's why the whole concept of becoming an apprentice to somebody, to learn the craft and to become a master in it yourself. So you must learn, you must have the necessary information to make the best choices, and then you must practice applying the information if you want to become a master of anything. And this is what we do in our School of Health Mastery. We started it in 2007 and have seen so many of our students empowered not only in their health, but also in their life in general. This year we're taking the school to Norway and look forward to take it to other countries in the future. I'd love to tell you a little bit about the school while keeping on giving you more information. So think about it. How much would it mean to you and your life if you were the master of your own health? Think about the sense of empowerment and what you could do with that empowerment. Think about how it would benefit your family or other people close to you if you could help them. Are you worth it? Are your family members worth it? We believe that nature is the best healer there is. Food, healing diets, herbs, essential oils, and flower essences and more are what we teach our students. We teach them about it and we teach them to use it. We teach them to make it part of their daily life. We teach them that healing with natural medicine is a down-to-earth thing. And we do that from the very beginning in the school, and already by the time the first semester is done, all our students experience improved health. So it is important to us that we empower our students to live their own truth and that we give them the means to do so. It is also important to us that we empower our students to go out and inspire changes in our lives. To that extent, we have 3 different aims, 3 different goals that we want to accomplish in the school. And number 1 is to provide a thorough and solid education in integrated natural medicine. So nowhere in life do you get anywhere if you try to go in 2 directions at the same time. We know that when you get your whole life lined up in one direction, that you can achieve miracles. It is like that with health too. You can do a lot of work with changing your diet alone. But imagine how powerful it is when you not only change your eating habits, but also use herbs and essential oils and exercises and flower essences and get more sleep and have less stress and exercise more and deal with all your mental and emotional issues that keep you stuck in a health-sabotaging lifestyle. Just imagine the power of all that. And it's true, there is awesome and great power in this. And we have seen how much power there is in this in all our students since we started the school. So our second aim is that we want to empower our students and help them to get in touch with their own inner wisdom. The most magical words I ever come across are, I can and I will. These are the words of a person who knows what she wants and will take full responsibility for making it happen and feel confident she can. Here's a great tip I just learned recently. Stand in this power stance like the women you see in the photo for at least 3 minutes every day and see what changes. This is a great application of the body-mind connection, how the posture influences your mind. Try it. You'll be surprised how different you feel afterwards. And I really mean this. So the last aim, number 3, is that we want all our students to become living examples of what it means to be the master of your own health. Think about this. If you had the choice of 2 different doctors, which one would you trust the most and feel most inspired by? The one who has read all the books and attended all the classes, or the one who has lived what she is saying, the one who has gone before you on the same path she is recommending to you? Being a shining, living example has been what has been inspired family, friends and colleagues of our students to make changes themselves, let alone their clients. So I keep coming back to this picture taken last summer at the retreat when we graduated these students, because it completely captures the feeling of being in the school. Empowerment, freedom and joy. In truth, all of these are the results of becoming the master of your own health, of being the master of your own health. So, would you like to know how we teach you to become the master of your own health? So Lilia's expertise as natural medicine for the body, mine is personal growth and transformation, or in other words, mental and emotional health. Both of us know, and have always known since before we started the school, that real health is not just about the body. Real health, radiant health, is when it's all of you, body, soul and mind. What makes Helsemesterskolen so unique on a global scale is that it has a close to 50-50 balance of body health and mental health teachings. And remember, when I say teachings, it's not passive, it's active learning where you have to be engaged in doing it. So we don't just talk about being holistic, we live it as we're teaching it. And we know that for you to become the master of your own health, it is definitely a body and mind thing. I'd like to share with you what a few of our graduates have shared with us about having been in school. This one we just received a few years ago. Yesterday I climbed a big mountain, Snæfellsjökull. A few years ago when I started the school, I could barely walk upstairs. And then she goes on to thank us profusely. Another graduate told us, I have always been searching, not knowing what I wanted for my life. I've tried tourism business and environmental studies, got business and teaching degrees, but I still didn't know what I wanted. Then I joined Helsemesterskolen, and since then I've experienced all kinds of transformations in my view on life, on health, and even on death. And myself. Health mastery is such a wonderful approach to life, and I've found so much wisdom in everything I've learned in the school. Helsemesterskolen teaches a solid foundation in many subjects and disciplines, and along with that we are guided to the core of ourself and our health. I'm so grateful for the school, and though I'm ready to learn more, I'm no longer seeking. So I just want to share from just one more graduate. I joined the school to learn more about herbs and holistic treatments, but the personal transformation I experienced was mind-blowing. I'm a completely different person now, so much so that I hardly recognize myself after these 3 years. I'm lighter, I'm much less codependent, I'm freer. I feel more self-esteem and self-confidence. I feel much more inner peace. And I'm content like I never was before and feel full of love. So I've chosen these 3 testimonials, not because they make us sound the best, but because they are typical of what we hear from all our graduates. So on your way to becoming the master of your own health, you will experience great transformations, both of body and mind, I promise. So one of the things I'm most proud of with our school is how well it compares to other schools around the world. Well, of course, you can never really compare, but what I do know is that our expert teachers from the US, who have been around for several decades and taught many places, well, they all are proud of being a teacher of our school. And while there's no international standard for an education, there are national and international associations which we and you easily qualify for. For example, the American Herbalist Guild, IIPA, the International Iodology Practitioners Association, and the British Guild of Naturopathic Iodologists. And we are also recognized by the Icelandic Ministry of Education. So finally, our graduates can become registered practitioners of alternative medicine in Iceland. And as far as I know, this is true for all the Nordic countries. So are you getting more curious about how we turn you into a master of your own health? So we have 2, what you could call formulas to guide us. The first one is the wise woman's way of healing. There are 5 levels to this way of health and healing. So level 1 is really a question. What is the lesson? In being a master of your own health, you must take full responsibility both in reclaiming lost health, but also for how you get sick in the first place. Take a close look at your lifestyle, your relationships, your stress levels, and your happiness levels. So level 2, the body is a food body, and without getting the food it's evolved with needing for fully functional metabolism, well, if you don't give your body the right food, it just can't function right. But when you start giving your body the right kind of food, it can and will begin to reclaim that radiant health that is your birthright. Level 3 is nature as a healer. Herbs, special healing diets, essential oils, poultices, sleep, water therapies, and so much more. There's so many ways we can use nature to heal ourselves. And you will learn a good many of them in the school that integrate well and support each other. Level 4 is laboratory-produced nutritional supplements. And level 5 is Western medicine, which includes surgery and pharmaceutical drugs. In Helsemesterskolen, we focus on the first 3 levels. The other formula is the Big 7, which gives us an overview of how to live our lives. The Big 7 was put together by our expert eye analysis teacher, Dr. Leonard Milmauer. In his own words, he explains it this way. We do the Big 7 to create a firm foundation of balanced health, so that energy and attention are free to give to God or that which is great in life. Failing in this, energy and attention tend to go to problems in the world, otherwise that develop in the body-mind, resulting from not doing the Big 7. The physical body is a food body, Take a diet of at least 50% raw, fresh, organic, unsprayed, in season, locally grown fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, daily. Get to bed early, 10 o'clock latest. Get regular exercise as appropriate to your condition. Keep the body and your environments clean and neat. Work at a job you enjoy. Be around positive, happy people. And finally, study the teachings of the great spiritual masters and learn to love and serve all and God with all your heart. So because truly it is not about your health, but what that health gives you in terms of joy and peace and freedom and empowerment and your quality of living. Okay, what you see here is all our classes for the 3 years of the school. On the left side, you see the years, on top the months when we have classes. Each box is 1 day of teaching. You can find a short description of each class on the school's website, www.schoolofhealthmastery.com or www.healthsemesterskolen.com. What you will find when you look through the class descriptions is that we cover a large range of body health and mind health classes, eventually coming together in the last module of the school, which is a 1-week retreat where we go away together and live what we have learned. And I can tell you that is pure and utter bliss. So I can talk forever and ever about all the great things you'll learn in school, but I don't have time for that today. What I would like to emphasize is again that our school is a place of healing and growth on so many levels. Not least the fact that you will have the ongoing support of your fellow students, the teachers, and Lily and I for 3 years. It is just such an incredible growing and healing experience that it completely transforms you. And I'd like to say this also, in the school we form a bond, all of us between us, on such a deep level that we will always be best friends forever. I love meeting our graduates from the past because this is exactly what it feels like. So okay, time is up and I have to end this. Before I leave, I'd like to thank you very much for listening to this. I hope I have inspired you to join all of us in Helsemesterskolen in becoming the masters of our own health. We believe it is one of the best investments you can make in a better future for yourself, your loved ones, and whoever you choose to share what you learn with. To get all the practical information, send us an email at hms@helsemesterskolen.com. Yeah. So the application deadline this year is August 15. So thank you again for joining me, and remember to send us an email if you have any questions, want to join the school, want to get in touch with the Health Semester, or just anything. Okay, thank you for joining me and take care.